Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of News You Can Use. I'm your host, Thera Martin, and I'm so glad to be with you once again here at LaSalle TV. We want you to know that you can check out this program on Comcast Channel 56 and on Verizon Channel 36. The show comes on 7 days a week. Woo woo! We're glad for that, and we're glad for the opportunity to be able to share information and to spotlight positive people who come to us here at LaSalle TV. Today on the program, in our first segment, we're going to shine the spotlight on a husband and wife team that are just amazing. That's all I can say about them. They're amazing. The name of their business is Shadow Trax Productions, and they work with young people in the community and teach them how to be entertainers, how to get on stage, how to do poetry, and all kinds of other stuff. So you're going to hear from Joanne Hamill, and maybe Rodney might chime in for half a second or so as we're doing this first segment of our program. Then, when we turn the page on the show a little bit later on, we're going to talk about one day at a time. Now, Mel Wells was originally going to be with us today, but instead, we're going to get his wife, Latasha Wells. And I am excited about the opportunity to shine the spotlight on Latasha Wells while she talks about one day at a time, ODAT for short, a drug recovery and HIV/AIDS program in Philadelphia that does so much more. Stay with us for this edition of News You Can Use. We'll be back with Joanne and Rodney in a moment. To be here, Thera Martin, with you on this edition of News You Can Use.
Very much for having me.
Wow.
Good to see you.
It is good to see you, but you didn't say that. You said you can use Rebooted. I'm Thera Martin, and I am glad to be back at LaSalle TV. All right, everybody, here we go. We are back. My guests are here, ready to go. I've got Joanne Hamill on the screen right now, and she is a part one of a two-part family that does Shadow Trax Productions along with everybody else in their family. I mean, it is a family thing that they do. But Joanne, tell us about Shadow Trax. How long have you all been in existence, first of all?
Well, Shadow Trax has been around since 2007, actually August 2007. We started down around Richard Island, around in that area. The idea came because I had Shadow Studios and my husband had a company called Lace Tracks. And when we got together, we started just reaching out to the kids because, we're doing music, and we found it was a way of keeping them off the schools, off the streets, in schools and on stages. So we just combined the two names. It was really like really productive because we were able to get kids that were from Richard Island, 10th and Thompson, what they used to call crossing tracks, to come together and do a lot of positive things.
Positive stuff, yeah.
Yep. And then we had 11 kids of our own, and then all the kids were always asking, what are you doing? How can we? So we just said, all right, fine. We're going to start a program for the kids, because it was like we were just a magnet to all the kids that seemed like they wanted the help. You didn't have to go really, really looking for them, but it was good to, like, I guess what you call bridge the gap a little bit with the kids. So
that's what you all have been doing. Now, the gentleman that you see in that green shirt right there behind her shoulder, that is Rodney, her husband. So now you see both faces on the screen. We've got Joanne and Rodney Hamill, and you all do amazing work with Shadow Trax Productions. One of your sons is a star. He's being courted around the country to perform. Now, talk about your son. Tell us his age and what is he doing exactly?
Well, that's Mr. Mr. Xavion. He's 12 years old. He took a liking because he saw all of his siblings doing it, and he kept saying, he said to his dad, I'm really tough. We're like, what? So you could fit himself.
So I put him in the studio at 6, and he killed it. So we're running from there. So now he's not just a positive rapper, but he's an actor. He does positive movies. He has a book coming out, coloring books. And like you said, he's traveling all over the world to help peers and help kids see that you can do positive music and still have fun.
Yeah. And it's not just for kids, it's for families too. That's the things that he talk about in his music, and it's fun. So when you hear the beats, it makes you want to dance. So
now for community groups, for nonprofits, for churches, for folks who have an idea in their head, I want to do a fashion show, or I want to do some kind of a talent show with kids. I want to do something to lift up the community, but I don't know how to do it by myself. That's where Shadow Trax Production steps in, right?
Yes, that's where we step in at. Well, We have a whole entertainment. We're basically a one-stop shop, from graphics, T-shirts to shooting videos, movies, commercials to recording studio to all the entertainment stuff like carnival games, carnival rides, moon bounces. We have stages, sound, and we also, run put the events together for them to show them how to make it run perfectly.
Mhm. And you have a DJ and you have an MC and Joanne, who's a
Yes.
very good MC, a very good MC. And so you got the whole bag right there. So if somebody wants to do something, they don't have to
Uh-huh.
stress themselves with trying to figure it all out, and they got to go to 10 different vendors to get everything. You call
No.
the tracks, and you all take care of everything.
Yes, everything. We take care of
Yep.
everything for you. We make your event go successful.
Yeah, less headache. Yep.
Well, I have never been involved with an event before where they had the screen, electronic screen, and you can put
The
the name,
video.
Yes, we had the video wall out. Yes.
video wall. That's what you call
Yes.
that? That was
Mhm.
really
Yes.
cool. It just looks so professional and everything.
Yeah, we wanted to get like all of the sponsors and vendors. They like stuff like that, so you make them feel, even though they are important, but make them feel even more important, so everybody else can see how they can connect and
And a
get.
little secret to our viewers. Hey, viewers, they've got a VIP tent that looks like something that Jalen Hurts would be in. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that VIP tent too. That was special.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I said, "Oh, wait a minute, I gotta get that. I gotta
So
get
y'all
that."
don't come out with no ratty little tatty tents and little raggedy stuff. You come out professional all the way. All
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
way. That's
yeah.
what's up. That's what's up. So if people want to be in touch with Shadow Trax, how can they find you?
They can go to the website, www.shadow, and then Trax is spelled Trax, like the X-ray, and then mediaarts.org. Or they could we on social medias, but I normally answer through Zay Money's page.
So you go to zaymoney dot underscore 215. That's how you say it. ZAYMONEY dot underscore 215.
Now
But
that's the 12-year-old's media, right?
Yes.
yeah.
I
Because
love
he actually has his own event space. So
Oh yeah, he on event space on Knife and Rising Sun,
it. Hmm.
3527 North 9th Street. So yeah, one stop shop.
Now your event space, is that available for people to rent?
So
yes.
it's available for like rent for events, but we do it for like people that want to bring their kids to do, like,
Hmm.
have to have the organizations that don't want to go or can't go to like the rec
Hmm.
centers.
Yes.
They could
Hmm.
come and have practices, have
Hmm.
meetings, and when we work, and we don't try to hurt nobody. We work with all the kids. We welcome all of them.
Okay. Well, we are on News You Can Use right now. We're live as we do this program, and we're excited about being on LaSalle TV. This show can be
Thank
seen
you
on
so much.
Comcast Channel 56 and on Verizon Channel 36. My next guest is coming up in just a little bit. Tasha Wells will join us to represent on behalf of One Day at a Time. So we'll be back with Tasha shortly. But as we wind down with you right now, what else would you want to share with our viewing audience about Shadow Trax?
We have an Easter event coming up. It's going to be a whole weekend. It's actually at the Showboat. And it's going to be 3 days of fun. They can stay over. It's almost like a free concert. It's going to be really nice. And we need to look out for Community Day for next year. I want to throw that in there. I really appreciate that. We had a ball out there. We missed it.
Well, I look forward to what we can do next together. I am prayerful that we'll get to do a festival next year. I know that funding is everything. You got to have the money to do it. So we are going to start working on our funding ASAP. Our goal is to make next year, if we do next year, even bigger and better than we did
Yes.
this year. And I'm believing that everybody on North 22nd Street is going to vote, yeah, we want to do it again.
Yes.
'Cause, I mean, we got positive feedback from everybody, from the community, from the residents in the area, from the vendors and the nonprofits that had tables set up. Like everybody was saying, this is really good. We need another one of these. Can we do one tomorrow? And we're like, oh, not tomorrow, but maybe next year. So yeah. Any advice that you would give to parents real quick before we go, that on how they can get their young people engaged in doing stuff like what you're doing with other young people in the neighborhood?
So I just want to say, like, don't think that there's not an organization out here that is willing to help you. And it's never, ever really about money. It's about who really has the heart to want to be there for the kids.
Mhm.
So we've been around for 2007. And if you want to sign your kids up, just come to, go to the website. Y'all can sign your kids up. Money is never an option. We have all types of things from teaching them how to cook, life skills, DJing, anything that you can imagine. And then even when we do like our moon bounces, we try to get them jobs and everything like that.
We also help them get their own LLC.
Yeah.
So we help them become their own business.
Yeah.
I
So
love it. I love it. I want to just thank you all so much for all you do in the community. This event that we just had this past Saturday was the first time I've done an event for North 22nd Street where Keisha Garner wasn't involved. Keisha got called on home to glory last year, and we still have a big hole in our heart. A lot of us, those of us who appreciated her and cared about her. And this is the only thing that was off for me on Saturday was that Keisha wasn't there. But having you all there, yeah, that took me back to the good old days. And certainly Shadow Trax has been a part of everything that we've done entertainment-wise on North 22nd Street for many years. So thank you all for being there. I'm praying that the North 22nd Street Business Association, all the decision makers say, yes, let's start planning now for next year. The sooner, the better, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Put out your
yes,
phone
and
number.
we love you, Thera. Thank you so much.
I love you too. Put out a phone number or website one more time.
267-298-6285 or www.shadowtraxmediaarts.org.
Woo-hoo. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Shadow Trax. We appreciate you. Bye-bye.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you.
Have a good one. When we come back, we're going to be talking with Latasha Wells. She is the wife of Mel Wells, the president of One Day at a Time, and she'll be telling the ODAT story and giving us an update because we've had Mel Wells on in past. We want him to come back and just give us an update on what ODAT is doing in November and December of 2025. Stay with us right here at LaSalle TV. This is News You Can Use.
As you go about your daily life, look closer. As you gather with family and friends, look closer. Every year across America, a staggering 4.2 million youth are homeless or trafficked. And for 50 years, Covenant House has worked relentlessly to keep them safe and protected. They get clean clothes, hot meals, medical care, and a safe place to sleep. So look closer at Covenant House. To help or get help, go to covenanthouse.org.
Shriners Hospitals for Children is awesome.
I was a really cute kid. But it's true, Shriners Hospitals for Children is awesome. Because of their care, now I live a full, independent life.
It's amazing to know that there's someone looking out for me and my family.
And it isn't just the doctors and nurses who have been looking out for me. It was you. Go to loveshriners.org and you'll be a part of something special too.
Hello, everyone. We are back now as we continue with this edition of News You Can Use. This is a special, special one for me. Wow. Wow. This will be the first time that I'm getting to interview Latasha Wells here on cable TV. And I don't think I've even interviewed you on radio before. Normally, it's always Mel Wells. It's fantastic. Your husband is awesome. I love him. He's my brother.
Yes.
Sometimes he feels like he's my big brother, but I'm actually way older than him. But he's so strong, and he's just a good man, a godly man. I love him, and I appreciate him like I love and appreciate you. I'm excited. I've got Latasha Wells with me today. So representing on behalf of One Day at a Time, ODAT for short. Real briefly, give us an overview of what is ODAT. What is ODAT about?
So ODAT was founded in 1983 by Reverend Henry T. Wells and his wife Margaret Wells. We are the second generation. Mel and I, it started initially with drug and alcohol, but now it has a lot of different entities, from men and women shelters to men halfway houses to youth programs, all types of groups, so many services, that we have for ODAT.
Yes, absolutely. And you do a woman's group.
It's called Women's Rap. So we have a group called Women's Rap and one called Men's Rap. Is every other Monday. Starts at 12 p.m. So it's open to anyone who wants to come. Is at 2532 North Broad Street. Sometimes we have the group separate with just women and then just men, and then sometimes we bring them together. So they're open to any and everybody.
Special, special, special. One day at a time does so much. But I guess when I first encountered One Day at a Time, Reverend Wells, he was still with us. And I was 21 years old when I first met Reverend
Mm,
Wells. He said, "Come on, follow me."
wow.
And I was a young reporter who didn't have any connections with anybody
Mm,
powerful or any elected officials, nobody. God
right.
sent me Reverend Wells. And Reverend Wells said,
Absolutely.
"Follow me." And I started following him. And every time One Day at a Time would have an event, Reverend Wells would call me and say, "You got to be here. You got to come cover it." And I would, and I would.
Wow.
And One Day at a Time became my base,
Yes.
particularly when we used to do live broadcasts back in the day on WDAS. And I
Mm-hmm.
would need a live audience. I called Reverend Wells first thing, and he would send me all the ODAT people, and our audience would be packed full, packed full. We did live broadcasts one year for a week down to the
Mm-hmm.
African American Museum overnight every night between
Wow.
midnight and 5 a.m. And Reverend Wells, your dad, he
Mm-hmm.
sent us the people from ODAT to fill the audience
Wow.
in the African American Museum. Yes, we did.
Wow.
And
Downtown. Wow. I
we
love
packed it
that.
in, and people were like, "How did you get an audience filled
Like
like
that.
that?" Reverend Wells, One Day at a Time. That's what it was.
Yes.
But so
Absolutely.
if you have a drug addiction, an
Mm-hmm.
alcohol addiction,
Mm-hmm.
maybe an eating addiction,
Mm-hmm.
you can come to One Day at a Time and get some help, right?
Yes, ma'am. They can contact us at 215-226-7860, and you will be directed to the right person. Yep.
Mhm. And for people who are coming in with an alcohol or drug addiction, I know it's tough.
It is.
It's tough anywhere. If you're serious about getting clean, it's not an easy thing that you just snap your finger and say, "I'm clean overnight." You have to work at it. And so with One Day at a Time, they do this thing called blackout when you
Yeah,
first
they
come
have a
in.
blackout, a 30-day blackout where they have another person who's been through what they've been through who isn't on
Mhm,
blackout
mhm,
that shadow that they basically shadow them, go with them everywhere they go so they can stay on the right path to
mhm,
get to where they need to get, to become clean and sober for their family. Well, one day at a time do is a holistic approach. They approach, although we have a client that could come in from drug and alcohol or whatever addiction that they have. We tend to reach the whole family. So we have a youth program for the children. We have events for grandmoms, like our Christmas event. We give away microwave and crock pots. Grandmoms get stuff too, grandpops get
mhm,
stuff,
mhm,
and mom and dad. So we try to reach the whole family because being addicted to drugs is a trickle effect. It's not just that one person they affected, they addicted, but it affected their whole family as well.
mhm. Yes, yes, yes. It's a lot of work to it. But now after that 30-day blackout,
Mm-hmm.
then the person who has come to One Day at a Time saying, "I want to be clean," then
Mm-hmm.
now they start to get a few privileges back here,
Mm-hmm.
slowly but
Yeah.
surely, as they're proving themselves that I'm serious, I can be trusted, I'm not going to sneak off and go get a hit of what,
Mm-hmm.
and then try
They
to
would
come
go
back
to
to the
they would
program.
go to their outreach, I'm sorry, their outpatient program, the
Mhm.
intensive outpatient program, and then talk to therapists. They get all types of services there as well. They get a lot of them come in with nothing. They don't have medical insurance, they don't have anything. So we try to get them, we get them their medical insurance, get them back up on their feet. So within 3 to 6 months, we're able to find them a job. And
Mhm.
within a year, we're able to get them housing and to get back into society.
Wow. And I talked about the mothers a few minutes ago and the fact that you do have a women's group. Um, Women who are coming into ODAT who have children,
Mhm.
how do you handle that?
So a lot of times when women come in for the addiction part, a lot of times they have children either that are in the system or
Mhm,
children that are either living with other family members. So we get them connected with YFM with it's called Youth Family Mode. It's
mhm,
our youth program. So they get all types of services from mentorships, they get scholarships, they're able to come to after school program, they're able to go to a camp out Swanksville, PA. We let them know that it's more than just North Philadelphia, the broaden their horizon so they could see that it's more outside of North Philly. So they get the services while their parents getting the services. The kids are able to get the services from our youth program.
mhm. And that's so very important as well. One day at a time, changing
Hmm.
lives and making a difference and continuing
Yeah.
to do it beyond 2025. I think there were some people who thought
Hmm.
wrongly that
Hmm.
when Reverend Henry T. Wells got sick and God called him on home, oh, that's going to be the end of One Day at a Time. But That wasn't
No, not
God's
at all.
plan. And Reverend Wells had a plan too. And it just so
Mhm.
happens that Reverend Wells' plan was in accord with God's plan. That was that your
Amen.
husband,
Yep.
Mel Wells, would take the lead and
Yep.
keep one day at a time moving forward.
Yeah. Thank God we are on the second generation, and we are training our children as well to God willing become the third generation just to keep it going. Yeah.
What you want people to know? Oh, we're at the holiday season, basically
Yeah.
November, December, and I don't know how holiday-ish this year is going to be because of what is happening at the federal government level. We
Yeah.
don't know, are they going to resolve this budget crisis in our country in the next few days or not? I
Hmm.
was thinking when they first announced the government shutdown, I thought, oh, okay, it's going to last 2 days, 3 days tops, it's going to be over. Well, it's been 2 weeks now, and it's not
Yeah.
over yet. They're
Hmm.
talking about November the 1st, which is what, 3 days from now,
Yeah.
that the SNAP, the food stamp program will
Yeah.
go on freeze, basically.
Hmm.
That will be devastating to so many people. So I think that the work that ODAT is doing, the work that the organization I work with, Allegheny West Foundation, and any other
Hmm.
groups out here that try to do
Yeah.
food giveaways or things to lift the community up, we're going to be
Yeah.
needed more than ever.
Yeah. Well, so for Thanksgiving, what we're doing, I don't have the date quite right
Mhm,
now. It is coming. We're giving away hot and cold food because we can give away turkeys, right? But some people, like even with the government shutdown, some people don't have gas now. Some
mhm,
people don't
mhm.
have a way to cook the
Right,
food. So we're
right.
having the food cooked and prepared for them already for the people who wants to have the food already prepared. And then we
Mhm,
have the turkey baskets with all the fixings for the people who want to take it home and to cook as well.
mhm. Oh, that's
Mhm.
going to be a blessing. That's going to be a blessing. And then when we come to the Christmas holidays, boy, boy, boy.
Christmas is December
Yeah.
18th is our Christmas event,
Mhm,
where we spend over about $80,000 in gifts for the whole family, not just toys, but for the whole family. The grandma, we got diapers, wipes,
yeah.
we got detergent so they can wash them their clothes. We got microwaves so they can warm the food up, crock pot so they can let it simmer. We got all of it.
What a blessing. But now you got to be pre-registered. You can't just think,
Yes,
what,
it's
on
a
the
it's, you
18th of
gotta
December.
register. It has you have to register. They can go to our social media. It's called at Original ODAT on Twitter and Instagram, and the link will be in there for people to register. They have to register to come to this event. This is just not a just pull up and come event. You have to be registered because we want to make sure everybody get a great gift, not a great gift, some great gifts for their family.
Wow, it is so much. That's a lot of work. But people who know ODAT, and I say people, I'm talking about people in high places, from the governor to the mayor to state representatives to senators to our city council people, commissioners, and others. They know ODAT. They know the
Yeah.
work of ODAT. And so that makes it a little bit easier, I'm guessing, when you're going
Mhm.
out there trying to raise the funds and get the support that you need to do all the amazing work that you do.
Yeah, so I mean, it does make it easier, but at the same time, we actually do the work with the funds that they give us. We actually give it to, where it's supposed to go. And that's
Mhm.
why we consistently are able to, get the contracts given to us because we're actually doing the work that needs to be done with what is given to us. So, yeah.
Now, you all get famous people to hang out with you too, like Wallow and all these other rappers that are from Philadelphia, some who are not from Philadelphia. But
Mhm.
when ODAT is having some kind of an event where there's a stage and there's going to be some entertainment, you can look up and you're going to see everybody on stage might not be famous, but you all come up with some rappers and some famous people to put in the mix as well.
Yeah, we try to do that. Yeah, every year the candlelight visual, we have free concert, we have a free carnival for the kids, and we have free. Most of the time, it's huge entertainment. Last year we had Drew Hill. Before that we had Chrisette Michelle. Then we had
Mhm.
Freeway. We had a bunch of different rappers. Yeah, yep.
Mhm. Okay, so Kevin Hart, when you gonna bring him out? I need to know so I can be there to
Maybe
say
we can.
hello.
Maybe we can. We
You
probably make
know.
that a thing for next year. So that's why we
Mhm.
starting to work on the candlelight visual now for next
So
year, so we can get
there's a
somebody
number
good.
of events that you all do every year that are what I call the staple events for ODAT.
Hmm.
every Thanksgiving, y'all gonna do something to help somebody and
Yep,
put some food on some
absolutely.
people's table. Christmas,
Mhm,
y'all gonna do something because you always
mhm.
find a way out of no way. You find a way to make sure that some children and other adults will have
Yes.
a nice Christmas and something to be happy for on Christmas morning. Then in June, you always do that candlelight vigil. Talk about that
Mhm.
candlelight vigil for a
The
minute.
candlelight vigil is for it was for people that passed away from HIV and AIDS, but
Mm-hmm,
now it's for people that passed away. Rest in peace. Mom Wells passed away from COVID. It's for anybody who lost a family member, whether gun violence, whether it's AIDS,
mm-hmm,
whatever it is that lost a loved one that want to come out and light a candle for their loved one and say their name and enjoy themselves, in their honor, for
mm-hmm.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as we go into the year 2026, as always, I don't leave ODAT. I'm always going to hold on to ODAT, and I will be reminding people in our community about the great work and the different things that you all are doing. Okay. There's two signs behind your head, one that says
Hmm.
Lehigh Avenue and
Yep.
Reverend Jimmy T. Wells, and one that says York Street and Margaret Wells Way. Tell us
Yes.
about the momentous occasions when both of your parents got
Yeah.
honored in this way.
Yeah, so Reverend Well, he was honored when he passed away. They named 25th and Lehigh, where the AFCOM Center is a men's shelter after him. And Mom Margaret Wells Way was named when she passed away. In 2021 it was named after her, but she passed away in November of 2020, God rest her soul. But both of these people, I wish they was alive to see this because they both really absolutely deserve
Yeah.
their streets to be named after them. Yep, for
That's
sure.
the best decisions that the
Yeah.
lawmakers that helped to make that happen, as best decisions they ever made to honor
Yes.
Reverend Henry T. Wells and to
Mhm.
honor Margaret Wells as well,
Yeah.
naming these streets after them so that their legacy will live on. And we know it's going to live on because we've got the building where it's got like a museum now on York Street, right? I call it a museum.
It definitely can be because everything is the way she left it. We didn't
Mhm,
touch,
mhm,
move stuff around. Only thing Mel did was put their faces on the wall. So
mhm, mhm,
other than that, everything is the way Mom
mhm,
left it. We also do, I wanted to say, have a new event that we had called We Run the Streets. So we run this September, September the 11th, actually the day that Mr. Wells passed away. It was is in honor of him. We ran 3 miles from
mhm,
Fourth and Lehigh all the way to Kensington and Allegheny and back.
mhm.
And we do it in honor of Reverend Wells. But all on our run, we always end up bringing people, putting them back in beds every time. This is the second year, and we would be doing it every year until God allow us to, God willing.
I love it. That is so good. Very good. Just keep up the good work. Keep those doors one day at a time open. Your headquarters is on North Broad Street.
Yep, 2532 North Broad Street. That's the corporate office headquarters. Yep.
And we have the men's shelter, which is at 24th and Lehigh. And then
Yeah,
there's
that's
what?
2432 West Lehigh
And then
Avenue.
there's 1,000 other houses that
And
are
it's a
ODAT
thousand.
houses.
It really
Almost.
is.
There's a lot. There's a
And we're
lot.
also located in London, India, and Cambodia as well. We give back to wherever we could. That's something Reverend Henry T. Wells started as well.
That's what's up. So folks in other countries saw what Reverend
Mhm.
Henry T. Wells was doing with One Day at a Time in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and in some other cities in the United States. And they said,
Yes.
we need this over here. And that's how
Yep.
other chapters in other parts of the world got started.
Yep. We have through Hope Worldwide, and with Reverend Henry T. Wells, he went over there and started it, and even did 2 miles. Is a well called the Wells Well in Cambodia for
Mhm.
people to have clean drinking water as well.
All right. Well, I want you to give the website for One Day at a Time. Again, I can give the phone number because it's ingrained in my brain 215 226 7860. 215
Yep.
226 7860.
The website is odatphilly.org. That's ODAATPHILLY.org. Our social media is at Original Odat. You can even follow Mel at president.odat on Instagram as well, because he does a lot. You can find out a lot through him, a lot of things he put on there, a lot of speaking. He's definitely a motivational speaker. Y'all would love his page as well.
I know that's right. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being my guest
Absolutely.
today. And we appreciate you, Latasha Wells, for being on the program. I love, love, love Mel Wells also. And we'll catch him next time.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. That just about does it for us on this edition of News You Can Use here at LaSalle TV. And the last bit of advice I want to give is if you're looking for a wonderful university to go to, you want to come to LaSalle University. And I have been a student at LaSalle University, so I know what I'm talking about. And a lot of people I know have graduated from LaSalle University. So Google them, check them out online, and find out when you can start your education, your college education at LaSalle University. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for checking us out on this edition of News You Can Use. Bye-bye.